Hello everybody and welcome to the introductory video for our course. In this brief video I will just outline for you how our course will run and what resources you have and sorts of things like this. So let us start with the syllabus. And by the way, I guess where we should really start is with the web page for the course. This page is at the online.jewel.edu site. Right now there's not much there. The syllabus is there and the schedule is there. And I have one of the topics lit up right now. This is what we will start with. This will be the first 2 weeks of the course or so. Chapters 1 and 2 on voting theory. Okay, we're not going to use this website very much throughout the course because your homework and exams will be through a separate site. This site right here can't handle math grading. But anyway, the resources for the course will be posted here. So if you ever need the syllabus or the schedule, you can come to this site. Okay, my name is Dr. McCune. If you need to see me on campus, I live in WSC 237. What's more important for you is my email address. This is the primary means by which you will communicate with me. For a course like this, there are no official office hours. If you ever have a question about anything, you should email me immediately. If you want to actually meet, we certainly can do that. For some of our course, I will be traveling, so we can't always meet in person, but meeting by Skype is certainly fine. Students generally don't like to meet via Skype, I've found, because I always offer to meet via Skype and then people don't want to. I think that people maybe find it awkward, I don't know. But Skyping is very nice. It's very fast and very convenient. So if you want to meet face-to-face, don't hesitate to ask. We can meet by Skype. If you happen to still be in Kansas City, then we can, when I'm in town myself, we can meet in my office. You just need to email me and set up a time. But I'm pretty accessible by email. So if you need anything, you should email me. The textbook is Excursions in Modern Mathematics. Hopefully you have this already. The resources for this course. You will, of course, have your book. I am making course videos that will be on YouTube. So you should, for example, section 1.1 is where we will start. You should both read that section and watch the video on that section. Some students find the reading to be the best way to learn. Some students find that reading followed by somebody presenting the material to them in real time helps them learn best. But those are the two primary resources you will have. You will have videos made by me and your textbook. Of course, the other resource, primary resource, is myself. You should always email me if you have a question on anything. This online.jewel site also has a forum where you can post questions if you want to, and then your classmates can help you out. You are required to post to the forum sometimes, but you can always post there if you want to. You can always get help from your students, fellow students, or try to get help from them anyway. So these are the main resources for the course. We have this online.jewel.edu webpage where course materials will be there and any other relevant information will be there. Here are the goals of this course. We would like to improve the ability to apply mathematical concepts to a variety of situations. We want to improve your problem-solving skills with an emphasis on real-world problems. And for me, most importantly, we want you to encounter interesting mathematics that is outside the scope of the traditional algebra/pre-calculus track. So in high school, or whenever, you probably were taught math that was geared towards calculus. So calculus is extremely important. You know, it's extremely important in engineering and science and all these other things. So high school curriculum is essentially built so that you can take calculus when you're done. So algebra and pre-calculus are aiming towards calculus. But of course, many people don't take or don't need calculus. And for those people, such as yourselves most likely, there's all sorts of other interesting mathematics to learn that doesn't depend on calculus. So in this course, we'll talk about financial math, probability and statistics, networking theory, voting theory, and self-similarity and fractals. So we're going to cover 5 topics, and none of those 5 topics really depend on pre-calculus or trigonometry or things you may have seen in high school in any way. Basically, to succeed in this course, you need to be comfortable with numeric calculations, like you need to know that 7 times 4 is 28, I suppose, and you need to be comfortable with basic algebra. So if you can solve an equation like 2x plus 1 equals 7, that's what I'm assuming you know. So you don't need to know a ton to succeed in this course, as opposed to a calculus course where you have to have a very strong background in algebra, trigonometry, and pre-calculus. Okay, homework will be online. It will be through a website called MathXcel, and let me just show you what that looks like. Here's the login page. So when you go to this page, you will register as a student. So let's just see what that looks like. So it asks you, do you have these 3 things? An email. Presumably you all have an email address. A course ID number. The course ID number is what I've included here, the course code. So you have 2 out of 3 things already. You need an access code or a credit card is the 3rd thing. So to access our course and to do the homework in our course, you need a code that comes with your book, or if you bought a used textbook, you need a code that you buy yourself. But to access our course, you need both a course ID, which I've just given you, and an individual ID for yourself. And that's what this is. That's what the access code is. So like I say, if you bought a new textbook from Jewel, you should have this access code inside of your book. It should be like in the front cover. But if you bought a used book, or you don't have a book yet or something, you'll have to just pay with a credit card when you go through here. Okay, but I already have an account, so let me just sign in as myself. Since I am the instructor, this looks slightly different than what you will see, but let me just show you the general layout here. Okay, so as a student, right, so these are all my instructor tabs. You won't see anything like this. As a student, to do a homework or a test, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's just this homework and test button, and you click on it. And right now, oh, this is my old course. This is from the spring. Okay, so notice it all says past due, right? But it just lists stuff. And when I post these, I tell you either when the due date is or what the section numbers are or whatever. But, you just click on those and then do the homework. So it's pretty self-explanatory. If you have trouble at all, you should email me immediately. So that's what MathXcel looks like and what it is. Okay, the reason that we use online homework, this isn't just for this course, it's for the on-the-ground courses too, is that you can try a problem as many times as you want. The MathXcel website gives you immediate feedback. It tells you immediately whether you got a problem right or wrong, and if you got it wrong, it lets you do the problem again. And I don't remember here, but after 2 or 3 tries, MathXcel might say, look, you're done with this problem. What it means by that is that you're done with that exact problem. So if it asks you to solve 2x plus 1 equals 7, and you get it wrong a couple of times, it might now tell you, look, you can't do this problem anymore. But if you click a button that says try similar exercise, then it will give you a problem that's very similar, like 3x plus 2 equals 7 now or something. And then if you solve that, you get credit for that problem. So when I say you can try a problem as many times as you like, that's true for like problem number 5. You can do problem number 5 as many times as you want. It's just that after so many tries, you might have to change. the numbers. But as long as you're willing to keep working, you can eventually get credit for problem number 5. You just have to click this button here. So just be aware of that. Just because after 3 tries you get something wrong, that doesn't mean you're done. You can just click a button like this and keep going. You can eventually get credit for that problem if you want to. Homework is due according to the schedule on the web page. We will go through this schedule in a second. I issue this caveat every semester. Every homework problem has some difficult problems that stretch the material. It is important for you to struggle with more difficult problems and see if you can take the foundation you were given in class or from the book or from the videos or whatever and build on it yourself. So when I make a video or when I give a lecture in class, it is not my intention to prepare students for every or for every problem they might see. Okay, I don't see it as my role to prepare you exactly for every problem. I see it as my role to give you a foundation, and then it is your role to build on that foundation to solve more difficult problems. So just be aware of that. If you come across a problem in your homework that's really hard, that's just a pedagogical choice I've made. You should see some hard problems and see how you deal with them. If you end up not solving a hard problem, that is okay. You don't have to solve every problem all the time. Here's the grade breakdown. Homework is 15%. Participation in the forum, which we will talk about in a second, is worth 10%. Exams, the 4 exams over the material in the course, in the semester, are worth half your grade, and then a final exam is worth 25%. Here's how the letter grades break down. The exams will be given according to the schedule on the online.joule site. They will be administered through MathXcel. You will also take a cumulative final which will be proctored. So you will have to take it at a place that proctors exams, such as a public library. When we get closer to the final date, we will talk about this in more detail. You will only be allowed to use a calculator on exams, no book or notes. The online.joule site has a forum, and part of your grade is participating in this forum. So for each block of material, there will be questions that I post. You must give a thoughtful response to each of those questions, and furthermore, you must respond to at least one other post made by a classmate per question. So if I post 2 questions to the forum for this first chunk of material, chapters 1 and 2 is the first chunk, you will answer each of those questions for a total of 2 posts. You will then make 2 more posts responding to what others have written for a total of 4 posts. Okay, I posted 2 questions, and you will post 1 response per question for a total of 2 posts here. Okay, so in total, for the first chunk of material, you will make 4 posts. You are not graded for correctness on these posts, and a lot of times the questions I will post will be open-ended, so correctness isn't really an issue anyway. You are graded on thoughtfulness. If you just post a 1-sentence reply that says, I don't know, suppose I ask you, do you think that the voting methods we covered in voting method are all fair? And you respond, yes. Okay, that's not very thoughtful, and it doesn't show me that you know anything. So again, just create a thoughtful response. The reason we're doing this is because in the classroom, I use group work every day because I feel like it is important for students to interact with each other while they are engaging with the material. So this forum is sort of a simulation of that. It's a very imperfect and approximate simulation, but it's the best we can do. Academic honesty, you should not cheat. Everybody knows that. You should not have a graphing calculator, a financial calculator, or a phone on an exam. So you can't use your phone as a calculator. Oops, this is false for us. I will fix this in the online document. We're doing something different for our course than we do on the ground course, so this is gone. And I suppose this is also gone. Okay, the classroom atmosphere doesn't matter. Of course, the forum atmosphere matters. If you start bad-mouthing somebody else in the forum, that will be reflected in your grade. You should be respectful in the forum. If you need accommodations at all, here's a statement that tells you what to do. The compliance coordinator for accommodations is Mrs. Missy Henry, and here's her contact information. You are welcome to email me anytime. As I said before, if you want to meet via Skype or in person, we could certainly try to set that up. Keep in mind that email is professional communication. Don't be sending me text message like emails. It's not professional. Okay. Depending on my schedule, I might respond to you immediately, but I will be doing some traveling. I have a baby to take care of, things like this, so it may take up to 24 hours to get a response back. In particular, if you have an exam on a Friday and you email me Thursday night at 2 a.m. or something, you may or may not get a response back by the time you take your exam, okay, depending on my travel schedule and things like this. And elements of the syllabus are subject to change at my discretion. Okay, so that is the syllabus. If you have questions on any of this, please email me. Okay, so let's get rid of that for now. Let's now go to the schedule. The schedule tells you everything that should happen when. So the course is 8 weeks, so there are 8 chunks of 8 blocks here in this spreadsheet. It has exam dates, it has homework due dates, it has when you should be posting responses to the forum due dates, etc. You can also see how the material is laid out. This first chunk of material here, up to exam 1, this is all voting theory. It is chapters 1 and 2. Then we go to probability and statistics, which are chapters 14 through 16. Then we jump into financial math, which is just chapter 10. Notice there's a day off here. That is for the July 4th holiday. So you don't, this is online, so you can do things whenever you feel like doing them, but we're skipping a day in the material here. And then we skip to networking theory, which is chapters 5 and 6. And we finish the course by looking at chapter 12. This is material on fractals. Then on July 25th, you have your cumulative final. July 24th is also a day off. You have a full day to email me questions or Skype or whatever. So that is what the course will look like. Okay, this is on that online.joule site. If something here doesn't make sense, please email me. Okay, the site itself, the course itself has 3 web pages, unfortunately. It's sort of confusing. This online.joule site is where course resources will be, so like the syllabus, and it's where the forum is. So this is through Joule itself. This is the Joule site. And I'll post supplemental resources here if I want to, etc. The Math Excel site that we previously looked at only exists for homework and tests. It can't do anything else. So I can't post documents there, I can't post videos there. So this site here is for things like the syllabus and the forum. I can't post videos here either, and I can't post homework here. The Math Excel site is for homework and exams. The final thing you need is videos. You need the course videos. Those will be on YouTube. And here's YouTube here. I've only put 2 videos in so far. The channel, so this isn't exactly what it would look like for you because I'm the creator of this channel, but the channel is called, what is it called? Joule CTI 105. That's the channel name. You don't need the @gmail.com. The channel name is just Joule CTI 105. This video you are currently watching is posted to that channel, so you know where that channel is. I currently only have 2 videos in that channel because I haven't uploaded the rest yet. So this is what it looks like now. If you want to navigate through the YouTube channel, you can just look at all the videos total. So if you click on this videos tab, it shows you everything that's here. So like I said, there are only 2 videos here so far. We have 5 different chunks of material though. We have voting theory and networking theory and fractals. Each chunk of material will be its own playlist. So right now I just have one playlist for chapters 1 and 2, which is voting theory, but by the time you get to it, and by the time the course is fully up and running, there will be other playlists here too for the other topics. So again, it's sort of confusing, but our course actually has 3 websites. One website is this YouTube channel. This is only for videos. The other website is Math Excel, and that is for homework and tests. The other site is the online.joule site. That is for things like finding the syllabus and the forum. Okay, so hopefully after all this you now understand how the course will run. If you have questions on anything at all, you should email me. And otherwise, we'll just jump right into chapters 1 and 2 when the course starts on Monday.